Do you remember the viral video from the Applebee's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, showing the black couple being arrested by the cops there? Well, two of the officers involved have just received temporary suspensions, and the chief just released the body cam footage for the first time.
Here's the 785. No?
We've been here the whole time. What's going on?
How long you been?
How long you been here?
We've been here for an hour and 45 minutes.
We've been here. Yeah? How long have they been here? After 77.
They were here?
Yeah, they that was looking for a Genesee cruise.
No, that's the table.
On July 20th at 11 p.m., officers from the Kenosha Police Department responded to the intersection of Highway 31 and Highway 50 for a report of a rollover collision involving two vehicles. Occupants of one of the vehicles had fled the scene. According to court documents, around 11 p.m., police went into the Applebee's on Green Bay Road and saw a couple who, according to them, appeared to match the descriptions of a man and woman who were reported to have fled the nearby crash site and entered the restaurant. But the suspect in the hit and run was eventually located hiding in the bathroom of the restaurant. But before locating the actual suspects, officers instead confronted Jermel English and Shania Boyd. They had absolutely no involvement in the hit and run, but were merely innocent customers at this Applebee's restaurant, and this body cam footage shows the very first interaction with them by the police officers, the part that you didn't see in the viral video. Take a look.
What are you guys driving?
A quarter 727.
We want to clear you from this, so you can just...
For a Genesee cruise.
Just asking what you
Send in a
drove in.
license, Wisconsin valid, Illinois
You
non-speaker.
just came up here acting we doing that. I didn't even know what's going on.
So you don't know which vehicle you came in today?
They were already here when I was here to do
They
that.
already told y'all.
Like, we've been here. Which
I know, which car is yours in the lot?
Because Perry got here with a delay is what I'm getting at. So it's possible they got here right after.
Right.
So which car did you come in?
We got a whole child with us. Y'all still want to accident.
All right.
Just a girl on the lawn, she was going to be 1060, had a late hit just pop up here.
Yeah, still not saying what's going on.
There was an accident out there, and somebody said that they saw you guys run in with a baby. That's what we're seeing.
They described a female with a top
So that's why if you
bun.
guys can tell us why
It
you
looks like the one through our agency, about 73.
They said somebody had red on carrying a baby. So
Yeah, and then somebody else is
On
going to
advantage
get red
report.
on too.
But they're not here right now.
Okay, good.
right. So that's why we're talking.
So then where's your car that you
the
came
camera.
in?
That's what you can do. So you can check
Where's
the
the car that you came in? You're not free to go right now.
We not under
You are detained right now.
All right. All right. Relax. Relax.
touch me.
Relax.
You got a baby with you. Relax.
Don't touch me with
Tell
my
us what car
Relax,
and then
man.
you'll be done.
Stop. Back up.
y'all not gonna do that.
What car are you using?
They
I don't want to answer no questions. I already told y'all.
I'm not. Stop touching me. You touching me.
Y'all not
Excuse me.
Excuse
me.
We will be done.
Like, we don't gotta answer no question. I already told y'all we've been here.
You're gonna stay with my
No,
partner
I'm not
here.
gonna
You're
stay with
here.
nobody. I'm gonna sit out. No,
You can follow me all you want to.
stop. Get the.
Viral video surfaced almost immediately showing the arrest and the use of force by police against the couple.
New at 10, video out of Kenosha, Wisconsin shows police struggle with a man inside an Applebee's restaurant, and it's gone viral.
Hey, stop. Hey, hey, hey.
In the video from July 20th, you can see officers grab a man who's sitting in his chair with his infant in his arms. An employee grabs the baby while police arrest and punch the man.
But until now, the body cam footage had not been publicly released. The Kenosha Police Chief Patton said that the video taken by an Applebee's employee that went viral was, quote, misinformation and, quote, not the entire story, and that's why he directed the release of the body cam footage. The actual suspect they were looking for in the crash that triggered the police search, Jamonte Wright, age 17 of Kenosha, was charged with felony hit and run involving injury. He was the one they were looking for, or supposed to be looking for. He was actually found hiding in the restaurant bathroom.
We need you to hang up the phone. Yeah. Let's hand it over here.
And here's the view looking from another police officer's body cam of exactly when they found Jamonte Wright in the Applebee's bathroom, as opposed to the confrontation that went viral.
How long have they been here?
They were already here?
Yeah, they make the table. The table that just walked in here. Just talk about.
No, that's the table. No, this is.
You can hear that these two officers, upon hearing that the suspect couple had already been in the restaurant for too long of a period of time, they went and started to search elsewhere in the Applebee's, eventually locating the actual suspect in the bathroom.
I didn't know.
There's a bunch of people in here.
What's up, guys? Hey, let's hop in here.
All right, so.
Yep. Hands over pockets, bud.
Hands in your pockets. Yeah.
Keep your
Nope, don't go away from me.
what are you doing?
Okay,
Keep your hands in your pockets. Keep put it in there. I'm not going to tell you, you understand me? Can you put it in my pocket? You want to go on the ground? Keep doing what you're doing.
Where are you guys coming from today?
Hey, make sure no one comes out of that female bathroom. Got it?
Yeah. Where are you coming from today? Do you hear me? What's that? You got an ID on you?
No, sir.
Hey, open the door, boss.
Alright, I'm not playing this.
Yeah, we'll believe that. Keep my phone in my pocket, please.
What'd you do to your wrist?
What's going on, man?
What did you do to your wrist?
I failed. Lamar? M-A-R-9.
We'll get there.
Let me go. What I'm talking about is we just had a car where all these people flee from it. Right?
Ain't none of my pockets.
Okay. Why is one leaving here?
Ain't nobody got no weed on me.
Alright, let's see.
On the floor. You're not sitting right there.
Have a seat, relax.
You're not sitting right there.
I'm going to tell you and then I'm going to make you.
Come on, alright, no, watch out. You ain't got to sit. Alright.
Help you down. Cross your feet. Cross your feet.
Bro, what the f*** cross my feet for?
Hey, there's a fight.
So this is the exact moment that the other police officers began to engage in the use of force against the innocent couple. You can hear it happening in the background, and then this officer says there's a fight, and he leaves the bathroom to go see what's happening.
Who's fighting?
People are fighting out there. I'll go handle it.
There's two more in there.
Go by him.
Now, after the innocent couple had been arrested and placed in the police car, the same officer then returns to the bathroom where the true suspect was, and you can see that they hadn't even bothered to search the other bathroom in the Applebee's yet.
Did we clear this bathroom yet?
No, I still need one.
Kenosha Police, make yourself known now! Bathroom's clear, it's a dead issue.
Last name.
Open it up. I'm gonna kick that door open. Watch my butt, bro. Step out. Hands back.
He just told y'all he wasn't with us.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, y'all going.
No, good. No, yeah, sure you wouldn't, right?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even though they were completely innocent, this couple, English and Boyd, were charged with resisting officers and disorderly conduct. Boyd was also charged with possession of marijuana. Both of their cases are still currently making their way through Kenosha County Circuit Court. They have a pretrial hearing on these misdemeanor charges in February of 2024. There was an outside review because, of course, the video went viral. People were outraged by what they saw, and so the government started to form their defense. So they have this supposed outside review. West Allis Police Department Lieutenant James Cato did it. Here is what he said about the use of force. The use of force by the officers was objectively reasonable and justified, as they successfully detained and arrested the subjects. Of course, they weren't the subjects, were they? Due to the directly relevant information provided. Now that sounds like outside and non-biased, doesn't it? Their non-cooperation, active resistance, continued resistance, and assaultive behavior, again, that sounds completely non-biased and outside. Employing their presence, dialogue, control, and protective alternatives, the report reads. I mean, he just threw it all in there, didn't he? I mean, it sounds very, very objective. And now back to the police chief. This is what his statement said. Force was used in effecting those arrests, which in turn automatically triggered an internal review of the incident. After an exhaustive review by our department and the West Allis Police Department, we identified violations of Kenosha Police Department policy committed by both Officer Luke Courtier and Officer Michael Vinces. Vinces received a 4-day suspension, as it was determined that the initial force used by Vinces was reasonable, but that he should have reevaluated the effectiveness of those strikes and considered other options to overcome Mr. English's resistance. He also, according to the department, failed to complete a report that met the standards of the Kenosha Police Department. The other officer, Courtier, received a 10-day suspension. The investigation found that Officer Courtier failed to decontaminate Miss Boyd after utilizing pepper spray and did not meet the standards of the Kenosha Police Department in regard to professional communication, the safe operation of department vehicles, and report writing, the statement reads. In addition to the suspension time, both officers are receiving supplemental training to correct the deficiencies that were identified in the response to this situation, according to the department. Basically, what they did is they found policy violations by the officers, none of which will trigger any legal liability. Instead, they have formulated their defense using these keywords that you find in the civil rights case law as to conclude that the officers acted reasonably. And then they position themselves in order to best defend against a coming civil lawsuit. And of course, all of this is done with your tax dollars. So not surprisingly, basically they found that, well, we've investigated ourselves and we found that we did nothing wrong. And in so doing, they missed the entire point and the entire reason that people are outraged. It's because, not just because they beat this guy up and they mistreated people, that's to be expected. The main thing is here is a completely innocent couple, a family basically, eating dinner, minding their own business in Applebee's. And next thing you know, they're getting confronted by the police, who are not even being polite. They're not being reasonable. They're walking up to them and accusing them of already engaging in criminal behavior. You should be going into your community and treating people the way you want to be treated, the way you would want your family to be treated. You don't just go up to people and accuse them of engaging in criminal behavior. That is an awful way to start things off. And I have no doubt that that's the reason that they put this couple on the defensive from the very beginning. And they could see where this was going and they didn't want any part of it. And the proper way of handling this is what you see from the second officer's body cam. When the waitress says that, no, these people have been here for 30, 45 minutes, he then goes and looks in the bathroom. Perfectly reasonable. Isn't that reasonable? That is objectively reasonable. So that officer acts reasonably. The officer who does not act reasonably, the first officer, he then goes ballistic on this innocent man, and he escalates this situation completely unnecessarily. So instead of focusing on that, they're focusing on the viral video that shows all these strikes, the punches, and all that. And they're saying, well, based on the officer's information, what they had at the time, this was reasonable and was within policy. I would argue with that. Certainly the video of the use of force seems excessive, even if this wasn't an innocent person, even if this was the individual that they were looking for. But they're completely missing the point that here you have completely innocent people. Now, do they have to even engage with the police? Well, under the Fourth Amendment, if the police officer has reasonable suspicion that you may have committed a crime, they can briefly and reasonably detain you to investigate that. So they may have been justified, and I say may have been, because, like I said, one of the, before all this happened, one of the waitresses says, no, these people have been here too long. And the other officer knew to go look in the bathroom. So I would argue with that. But if police officers have reasonable suspicion, they can detain you to investigate further. But they still have to act reasonably. Here, we're not dealing with a suspected serial killer either. They escalated it very, very quickly. It's not like they were going anywhere. They had clearly too many police officers with nothing else to do. I mean, there were cops everywhere. I mean, what was the danger of de-escalating the situation? And that's what really people are outraged about, because it's, if you live in that community and you see how people are treated by the police, and you don't want anything to do with them. And that's probably what this couple was trying to avoid. But look what happened. Not only were they mistreated in this way, but they were charged. They were charged with crimes, and they're still being prosecuted. Of course, that's nothing new in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that innocent people get prosecuted by the government there. So I'll continue to follow this one. Hopefully they're able to beat those criminal charges and file a civil lawsuit. And it may be necessary to beat those criminal charges, as I've explained before, in order to have a successful civil rights lawsuit. There's additional body cam footage. There's really a lot of it. I'll link all of it in the description below or in the first comment below. So again, thanks for watching. If you like going through these sorts of videos and discussing the constitutional violations or lack of in these videos, then please subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it.